Ahoy, Delco. We're going to be talking about Swingers tonight and not the 1996 cult classic starring Vince Vaughn and John Favreau. We're going to be talking right about the platoon of free-spirited individuals taking off, just taking off in Delaware County.
That's the only thing.
So, Jessica, Al will not change your name officially on the screen.
Nope.
And Jeffica, Al won't change it either. So, I mean, we're just going to throw it out there on the platter. You two are swingers?
We
Yep.
are.
Okay, you are open in your relationship. Were you guys officially married?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
And you guys have just an open relationship.
So there's a fine line with that.
Gotcha.
Yes, we have.
Number one, these are
out. Yes.
These are extremely nice, by the way. I didn't know they could even.
Oh,
do
you
like
guys
that.
had
printed last week.
You guys got to send me that logo so we can put it up on
Look
the
at
screen.
the color they got on
I
that,
know.
man.
It's very bright. I like it.
Fucking Miami Vice.
I think we had, that might
what
be
Delco Vice is.
that might be like the new Delco Day colored T-shirt. I like it.
So
Yeah.
before we get into that, just because you guys are using the name Delco Degenerates, how long has that been the name of the group?
So we became Delco Degenerates almost a year ago to the day. We've had our group for 2 years though, and we didn't have a name. We were just that group that met at the bar. And then we actually went to a hotel takeover, which is common swinger practice. And a friend of ours who has a podcast out of Delaware was like, "Oh, there's a bunch of degenerates from Delco in the house," and that name stuck. I did have to fight Jeff on it a little bit though,
Only because she didn't talk to me about it ahead of time.
Does it?
Is this like a common thing? She just does what she. I got.
Yeah,
it.
So-
she's a problem.
Even before debating if the word degenerate has negative connotations, does it come? One of the major slow pitch softball leagues in the area is called the Delco Degenerate League. Does that run into anything? Do you guys get people like trying to sign up to be a pitcher
No.
and be like,
No,
"Oh,
I
wrong
don't think
page"?
so.
But that may explain some of the.
But it
people
would-
that are-
Yeah.
Pitcher or catcher.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah,
I play the
it's
outfield.
fine.
How's this work?
You guys looking for a shortstop? Well, it doesn't matter how long you last, man.
We actually didn't even know that when we got the name, and nobody's really fought us. Like, we checked Facebook, and we're in the process of kind of trademarking our logo and stuff, which is really fun because I never expected to get to that point with any of it.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
easy, by the way. Not easy.
Nah.
We're working on it. We
Especially
just
when
need
it's
support.
two common like words. Like if you
Right.
had like Delco Degens or something
Yeah.
like something where it's short, like it's a little easier. But when it's two common words, really difficult. Yeah.
So, are you guys like the founders or just the representatives?
So we are the
Tops or
founders.
bottom?
The founders.
So
Yeah.
we originally started it because we joined a couple of different lifestyle sites. Some of them being Facebook groups set up through Pennsylvania, Delaware, and whatnot. But there was a lot of activity in our area, but not a lot of what we call vanilla activity, like meet and greets, where people can actually get together outside of a club,
More of a
sit down at a
backpages kind
bar,
of
Right.
situation. Okay.
have a conversation. So we threw it out on a couple of the sites, and it's grown over the past 2 years. Actually, last weekend we had our 2-year anniversary. We had 182 people, where 2 years ago in February we started out with 12.
Damn.
So it's grown.
We almost had everybody in. Almost all 12 of us were at the anniversary. We had 2 that were missing, and
Right.
everybody else was there, which was incredible.
So retention rate insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, I imagine it's not like, it's got a lot of perks.
It does.
And it's not always the same people. We get people that we actually had 5 states representing.
including
um,
Long Island, Brooklyn.
Long Island,
Brooklyn. Yeah, Long Island.
Staten Island. We had a lot of Jersey, which Staten Island.
Staten Island sounds right.
Yeah.
Pennsylvania, Delaware, Maryland, and
And not
somebody
just
from
PA,
Virginia.
but like Lancaster,
Right.
Scranton.
The Amish coming down. Rumspringa?
everywhere.
Yeah, Rumspringa.
Rumspringa.
Yeah. Rumspringa.
Yeah. So we had a lot of different areas, not just people that are Delco. So
So you guys
Once-
unionized it.
we did, and once you start coming to more, everybody says that they're now Delco adopted, so that everybody kind of becomes Delco. So when you guys do like
Oh,
you know,
we need
citizenship to Delco Day, we'll just bring in like
Yeah,
50
bring in the
of
swingers.
us. Bring
If you-
in the
bring in the
swingers.
swingers.
We have
Listen,
50 of
I'll
us.
tell you right now. If you tell me you're gonna bring, we'll have 30 flags ready for them, and we'll make a we'll make a big deal
We
about
have
the
our
whole thing.
own flag, but it's got a pineapple on it, so our flag may not be the same as the
Well,
Delco
I'm
Day
saying
flag.
when we give out little individuals flags to the Delco swearing in,
We
But if
custom
you-
make them the best.
if you guys tell me, I'll tell you right now, if you guys line up a certain amount of people, you give me a list, we will have them ready for you.
Oh, see, now we're gonna.
And by we mean my girlfriend makes
Yeah,
all of them
totally,
by
yeah.
hand.
Totally
Yeah,
did.
like 100%. Who does? We can say where you guys have your
Oh,
meetings
yeah,
at.
we-
She works at the place you guys have your meetings at. You guys
She
have the meetings
does.
Is it every Sunday at fucking Coaches, except for the first Friday?
It's not. So it's once a month. We
it's
do
once a month. Okay.
Yeah, we don't get into more than that just because it gets too much, especially with the amount of
A lot of friction burn.
Yeah.
It affects the softball schedule for the Degenerates.
Yeah, it does. I don't know if the coaches can handle us weekly with as many people as we bring in. And now we're back at Coaches.
I'm sure they'll get over it. The business
so we
is
had to take a hiatus from Coaches for a little bit.
Thanks, Melissa.
Thanks, Melissa.
Do we know Melissa?
Melissa is a Delco girl through and through. She's at Tom and Jerry's every weekend. We love Melissa, but Melissa got into the bathroom with another lady, and the bartender came out, and I went, "Oh Lord, I need an adult." So I had to go get Jeff because obviously he was staying in Delco.
Jeff, you're the adult. He's like, I didn't know that.
Yeah, the funnier part was, and I think girls are pretty open about it, but the one girl, like a month and a half later, announced that she was pregnant, and I went, "Oh, Melissa, what did you do?"
Oh,
and it was like a running joke for everybody since then. But so now that we're past that,
Coaches kicked you out for a member getting pregnant in their bathroom.
Well, I mean,
two girls.
Oh, wait, you said two girls,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Jeff, you dirty dog.
Jeff just looks at him. Ooh, pregnant.
Yeah.
No, that was on Melissa. So Coaches kicked us out for a minute. They let us come back. I got permission a couple months ago to do our anniversary there, and then they reached out and said we can start going back. So we'll be back more to Coaches.
Just bring them up.
Yeah, and then we do actually. So my birthday happens to fall on a Sunday, which is when we're doing our meet and greet. We are going to a little bit different bar. Only because we're shutting the bar down. It is a completely
little different than Coaches to me means across the street. Is it Lou Turks?
It is
no,
not
it is not.
Because Lou Turks won't let us be topless.
So it's more like a private party.
Yeah, it's open to anybody that's in our group, or if you know us and you reach out. It's a lifestyle strict event, so they're not letting in anybody that.
So that is the term lifestyle, right? Like
Yeah.
I heard you guys dropped it a couple times. The word lifestyle. So I like it. I like it. That's what I'm gonna have a ton of questions here. Just how people how do they approach the situation? We're gonna get into that, but real quick, I want to remind you guys that this show is brought to you by Fat Cow Jerky. That's right, Fat Cow Jerky, utterly perfect jerky. Jalapeno garlic, black pepper garlic, they got it all. Ghost pickle. There's so many flavors, even some for your four-legged friends. Go to fatcowjerky.com or Facebook or Instagram. Again, Fat Cow Jerky, utterly perfect jerky. And don't forget, if you get in a little trouble, work, motor vehicle, personal injury, you're a female, gets another female pregnant.
You get kicked out of Coaches.
Kicked out of Coaches.
A virgin birth.
Yeah. Immaculate conceptions. Yeah. Those things happen, but you need someone to fight for your rights. And that man's David Archerry. You go to 610-565-0300. Go to cherryinjurylaw.com. Again, workers' comp, motor vehicle, personal injury, criminal, or virgin birth. 610-565-0300. And speaking of virgin birth, PJ Dolan, Tan and PJ, 24 East Sellers Avenue, Ridley Park. Place that's very open to all different lifestyles. I can tell you that much. Dolan's Bar. Go to dolansbar.com, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Great food now, by the way. I'm going to have a whole new thing out about their food. Some really good food there.
Yeah. Do you know, details? Is that going to become
the details are out, but I'm working with PJ to get it all so I can have a whole new
setup. Boy, if they can start regularly doing food again,
they do.
They
do. And we'll go over that in the next episodes.
Their stuff is it's the best.
Yeah, people don't know PJ he actually teaches culinary arts. He's very good.
All of his food is I did a Mount Rushmore of secret Delco foods. Mm-hmm. He was 3 of the spots, but the bummer is that it's right now it's kind of on special occasions.
Yeah, but no, it's more frequent and it's you gotta check it out. I have a whole new he sent me the pictures. I'm gonna set up the whole new menu.
Al, I learned of a new term for when we're speaking about lifestyles, about our lifestyle.
Our heterosexual.
No, the phrase is now called high-calorie individuals.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hey.
Literally, that is actually a phrase that is catching on, and I fucking hope it doesn't.
High glucose blood levels,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is something that I just hope doesn't catch on.
It's like somebody, it's not like I'm okay with I'm fat. I'm just a high-calorie individual.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to ask my first question. Does it start with one of you, or are you both on the same page? You just didn't know. How does that come about? Hey, babe, let's do this tonight.
Do you want to tell that, or do you want me to handle that?
You can handle that.
So I had experience prior to him, but I failed to mention that to him in multiple of the years that we were together.
Was that before or after the nuptials?
You kind of knew. You kind of knew.
I did
it
know a
was
little
different.
bit.
But I came
It was-
from the kink BDSM side. So I was not a swinger.
Let me make sure I heard it. Kink BDFM.
Were you dominatrix?
Yeah, some similar. I was not. No.
Okay.
Wait.
She is far from a dominatrix.
No.
So BDFM?
BDS.
Oh, SM. Okay. I thought I was
So
going to say that.
that's
Bondage,
more-
domination, sadomasochism, Al.
Yeah.
Jesus.
No, I thought she
Yeah.
said F. I thought it was like a
No.
weird radio station I
No.
never heard of.
So I had started
It's the
on
gospel
that. I
channel.
also let us pray.
Yeah.
I also was
Oh
slightly
God.
poly when I was younger.
Polyamorous.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought your name was Jess this whole time. Now I feel silly.
So
So what's the difference between polyamorous and pansexual?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Poly is when pan is when you're open to anything.
Yeah.
Poly is when you're willing to be in a committed relationship. So
Oh.
I actually identify as like
Wait, committed relationship with multiple people?
multiple people.
Oh, okay.
So
Ah.
I actually, if you look at when I do,
So you're a Mormon.
Yeah.
I get it.
when I
So
do
tell me about
my-
soaking.
Yeah.
when I do my intros in these groups, I actually am very open about, hey, I'm bisexual, I'm demisexual, which is more like
For Demi Lovato, yeah.
No,
Demi Moore,
ew,
yeah.
No.
You have sex with demons?
No.
Oh, okay.
Well, possibly.
Yeah.
But I need more of a mental connection, so that's another one of like the terms of it. But when
But wait.
we
What's demisexual?
like you need a mental connection. Like I'm not
Okay.
gonna.
It's not
Oh,
just- it's not casual
you
sex.
gotta, like, yeah, it's not just
Okay,
sex.
I
Like
got
you
you.
have to actually like stimulate my brain, or I'm never.
So you
going
have to be
able
somebody you want to have sex with. I mean, I'm it's really like kind of hard to. I'm trying to just.
You
I'm trying
have to
stuff it out.
stimulate the hoo-hoo and the soul, Al.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah.
See.
Jeez.
My soul does have a giant.
That
clitoris.
temple degree taught me a little bit about
Yeah.
being open-minded, Al.
Listen.
Keep going.
So it was kind of pillow talk for us where I'm extremely submissive and he was like, I can't watch what you do to me on me. I want to bring in another person. We went the guy route because I wasn't fully like, hey, I'm completely bi, but apparently I am now. What's
Hello.
the term?
So you went full-fledged bye.
Yeah.
I like how girls can do that because I feel like men can't do that. Like we,
Oh, no,
either,
you
we
guys
can or we
totally
can't.
can't.
You
Yeah.
guys, you're like, you know what? Today I'll be bi.
Felt a little gay today, you know. I might go back.
Put a little, like, little
Yeah.
clam in my diet
Yeah.
tonight. You know.
You can, but I mean,
Yeah.
So we actually we talked about it. Every time we go to travel was when it kind of came up a little bit more because there's a lot. I mean, you've given me shit for years. We travel a decent amount, and I mean,
Not
whatever.
us. I got what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah, Jeff and I travel a decent amount. So the last time he brought it to me right before we like officially joined the lifestyle, I was like, "Are you serious about this?" He goes, "Absolutely." So I was like, "All right, fine. I'll find another guy." Here's the problem when you're on a vanilla cruise and your husband is 6'6". I'd be at the nightclub on the dance floor. He'd sit off to the side and watch, make sure I was safe. All these guys would be all over me until he'd come up to me and be like, "Hey, do you need a drink?" And then they'd all scatter like cockroaches.
I get that. You're
Because
you're an
he's
intimidating looking
intimidating.
guy. I can
oh
see
yeah,
that.
yeah, you are.
So
scary
then the
looking,
one
yeah.
guy that I had talked to, like throughout the weekend, was like, "Okay, cool, like ready." And then as we were walking back to a room, started talking about his wife and kids. And I went, whoa, we're not in this for the same reason because you're cheating on your wife and
Oh,
I
true.
am not. So you have to be careful of
Okay,
that.
so that's
too.
okay. That's cool. So, like, cool, but, like, understand. Like,
It's like another level
it
of
has to be
consensual.
understanding that this
So
is.
we're ethical non-monogamous. Like there's an ethical limit to. He
And
knows
we all
exactly.
thought cans or labels were for cans.
It's a second. It's like a second. It's like a two-factor verification of consensuality.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Because the two partners need to be consensual, but both situations need to
Oh,
be
yeah.
I know a
consensual
lot
too.
about this.
Yeah.
Temple degree, man. Yeah,
I'm-
dude.
I'm
They
impressed.
I'm impressed too. I'm a little.
So it didn't work out with that. We went to a wedding out a couple of weeks later, but we had been researching like local lifestyle clubs and where we could go. And this
a
wedding
lot of
was
high-calorie clubs.
not high calorie clubs, but
That's
the
the
one that
Wendy's
we go to in
drive-thru.
Maryland does serve snacks. Not for nothing.
They have
I
a- they
love
have a
that.
full dinner buffet.
You're watching the girl that prepared the snacks giving a handy J in the corner. Yeah.
Listen,
Sorry, thanks, but no
I
thanks.
mean,
It's like when you used to go to the old Lou Turks and they had the old Wawa 2-foot hoagie sitting out there.
There's one.
It's been there since Saturday.
There's one in Harrisburg that they do a full before the club
It's like a
opens.
restaurant.
They do a full sit down dinner with restaurant, and they've said the prime rib is to die for at this place.
Well, it's like when I went to the gay club and everything was like phallic shaped. You know, like hot dogs.
Now,
hoagies.
Al's trying to make it sound like it's just the giant orgy from
Yeah,
Eyes Wide
I'm
Shut that
messing
could
with
end in murder at some point.
By the way, Eyes Wide Shut.
One of the great psychological thrillers of all time.
No, I hate that movie. That made sex look bad. It looked like sex made it look like, trying to figure out physics, like to somebody. Like it really.
I
did
loved
not
the
like
movie. It was
I
Stanley
hated
Kubrick's final movie, Al.
It
was brilliant.
Sucked it.
It's about a murderous orgy in the Upper West Side of New York. It's spectacular.
I mean,
The Bird Mask made a whole
I-
fucking thing out
we
of
Yeah,
it.
may
I
end up
remember.
there somewhere.
Hell yeah. So what it is, it's not just literally you disrobe and fucking get in a
No.
pile, right? Okay.
No,
Can
Here's
you,
the pile.
can you explain that to the ogre that is Al?
So when you normally walk into a club for the first time, most of the clubs you're given a tour. You're told about consent. You're showed the you're showed the rules, told the rules, given a tour of the club, shown
Should
where
we
the
sign waivers on this?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, really?
you
Okay.
have to
Yeah.
sign up.
Yeah,
You
all
have
the
to
clubs
pay
you
like a
have to-
yearly membership.
Okay,
Yeah.
and
and
that's
then-
part of the waivers, like you understand and all. This
And then
Yeah,
you
you can't
so a
break
yearly
free.
membership and then admission like tickets. So your membership does not cover you for the year.
Gotcha.
It just means you still have to pay for tickets and whatnot.
Gotcha.
But yeah, the first time you're there, you're told about consent. You're showed the playrooms. When you first walk into a club, there's normally lockers for you to put your stuff in.
So hold on, you said playrooms. Let's clarify that.
That's
Because
fine.
when you walk into it, it looks like a normal bar. It
Okay.
looks like you're walking into Coaches. And then
Okay.
there's these little hallways in the back
That's kind of like the waiting room.
that have, it's just like a bar where everybody hangs
like a-
out. and,
Monahan's.
drinks and-
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And
You
then
go to
there's,
Coaches
like,
and Monahan's is
there's
the
rooms
playroom.
in the
Yeah.
back where you can go back and shut the door and you guys, one of my best vanilla friends went one night to support something I was doing.
Is that like your term? Is that the swingers term for like cisgender? Is just like the vanillas.
That's the one that
The
doesn't
vanillas.
I can see that getting in
them.
trouble. Like like you calling us vanillas and like.
No, he knows.
I've been called a vanilla
Well,
face
yeah, I was
before.
gonna say what was that Borat? A little bit on the face.
He went back to a room and he was like, "Wait, I just had sex in the Game of Thrones room," and like came back and
Oh, they
started
got
drinking
theme
because-
rooms.
Was the ending better than the show?
Yes, please.
I don't. He's my best vanilla friend. I didn't ask questions, and I'm good with that. I didn't. So it's not like when you walk in that everybody now. That's most of the clubs we go to. The one in Philly has a big open play area
Yes.
when you walk into the dance floor, so it's very obvious that it is a sex club. But that being said, it's very different than what people think. So you walk in and it's like a legit bar, which is nice. You can go in and do nothing and just drink and hang out with your friends. And
You can go in and just watch other people if the door's open or if they're in an open area. It's a lot of the lifestyle today is very connection based, getting to know people, building friendships, not necessarily having romantic feelings for that person, but at least having a friendship. It's not so
Yeah.
much like an
So some sort of
anonymous-
connection, just not
Right.
always a romantic
Yeah.
connection.
It's not always an anonymous hookup.
So yeah, again, as I was making my jokes for those who are listening, it's not walk in, fucking leave. Like
Right.
it's not
Yeah.
fast food for vagina. I get what you're saying on that, but like, is there like does each couple or is there just like generic rules that people follow? Like, say some girl is hitting on Jeff over here,
you
Jessica.
can take him.
And but maybe you don't like her too much. Something rubs you the wrong way. Like, does she have the right to veto this, and vice versa as
and
well?
I think most couples kind of have that, like, listen, there's something that's unsettling about that person. I definitely don't make
Better not go after that, Stephanie.
Yeah. No, I just wondered. Like, I can see like, listen,
Is it like jury?
too pretty. I don't like this one.
Is it like jury selection where you're like, you better not go after Stephanie, and then you'd be like, all right, I'm going to vote out Dominic.
Yeah.
I mean, we haven't had it that bad, but there's definitely
Every
been-
couple's got their own set of rules. Most of them are pretty generic. Like there's couples that are soft swap only, which are basically just oral
they
or
won't do intercourse.
fingers. They won't do full penetration.
This is
There's
definitely Delco Live After Dark.
I
There's-
love it.
Yeah, this is perfect.
I love it. I love it.
there's full swap couples.
Do you have to wear like name tags and it says like full swap,
No.
soft swap on
Oh my
the
god, there was
That's
one
so you know.
meet at a bar
Yeah, there
down
was
in
one
Delaware
that-
that they did that, where you had to put your label on your name tag, and I was like, "Yep, nope."
Well, and I'm just
Was
saying,
it
like,
hacks?
Yeah, hacks. I remember hacks.
No.
Because I wonder, like, just like, say you are either one of you, or you're hitting it off with somebody, like at what point, like when you like, all right, I'm making a connection, you say, well, just let you know I'm soft swap, or I'm a hard swap, or like
A lot of times
how
you'll know
how
how
do
to.
you let somebody know your rules, your limits?
So if you go back into a room, a lot of times, so like with the Facebook pages that they have, most of them require an introduction. Hi, I'm Jeff. This is Jessica. We are a full swap couple from Delaware County. And you tell them a little bit about what your boundaries are and whatnot.
I have no idea what he's doing.
It was the dinging was my thing.
I thought they said that you were here, but different text message.
Oh,
Sorry, my bad. I was going to say, just keep
that's
going.
all right. So, yeah, I mean, you'll post an introduction but if you're unaware, normally when you go back into a playroom or whatever, you close the door, you have a quick conversation. Hey, listen, our boundaries are no marks. Obviously, condoms, safety's first. And you kind of like, okay, what are your guys' rules? What are your boundaries? And then
I can't see too many people pressing your rules, Jeff.
yeah.
Or approaching Jessica because they're all intimidated by Jeff.
Yeah, I'd
This is
imagine.
the conversation recently.
I mean, this happens a lot more often, because I always wonder, like, do people, like, when you're hitting it off with somebody, do they go, well, who are you here with?
Yeah.
Like, do they always want to know who the other half is?
Yeah,
like,
because a lot of couples still play together, so they all four people have to, or three people have to be in the same room. We don't have that rule anymore. Being
in the same room?
Not being in the same room. We've done.
So we're both open to solo as well.
Okay.
So, and there's a lot of people that are, but you have to find that comfort level within your marriage and where your trust is with your partner.
All right. Well, now let me ask this question. Say, for instance, I'm on your group. I joined Delco Degenerates, and I'm diving in.
And it's the kinkiest softball league I've ever been part of.
Man, this is the best softball team ever.
Tuesdays in that group are amazing.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
But like when you meet somebody who's just completely new, like what do you do? Like, how do you suss this out with them? Like, is this the thing for them? Do
you make them stand in front of the group and tell a strange fact about themselves?
Is it like AA where everybody sits around and stands up? Hi, my name's Jess. And,
so this is really bad on my part, and I probably shouldn't admit this in public, but I'm very cautious with approaching new people for any type of physical activity. I will talk to them. I will teach them. I will guide them.
Well, they need to stimulate your brain first, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So you stick their finger in your ear?
There's like an 8 to 14-month window on me jumping into bed with any guy.
Oh, wow.
I'm so bad.
So they meet you and then send you an email like 8 months later?
Yeah.
Is that how this works? I want to make sure how this works.
Jeff's like, what took you so long? I'm like, I don't know.
Not always, but
for the most part, I'm one that's more of like, we have to be friends for a minute first. But
Gotcha.
New people were really good at like, listen, if you have questions, come to Jeff and I. We've been to a bunch of different clubs in the area. We know a lot of the rules, like, you're going to find your way. And we have a lot of people that come to us for advice. So I posted something on Facebook recently that was like, I've heard that I'm intimidating when I'm out in the lifestyle because I go in, I'm tall. I go in wearing heels. I have fake tits. And he's, again, a giant.
You literally described Holbrook.
Yeah. Dude, these are all natural, man. I earned these.
You wear heels?
Yes, he does.
With these ankles?
So when I go out, I get that I'm intimidating, but when I posted it, it was just to get some thoughts out there. And I had a lot of people that came back and were like, we're really glad that you and Jeff were there to answer questions for us and kind of give us guidance in different situations. And I think for us,
so you guys are the sexual Sherpas leading up the mountain.
Sure. I'm just not.
By the way, there's your new name.
Sexual Sherpas.
Sexual Sherpas.
Delco Degenerates.
That or they can change the softball name. Softball team's name to that.
So we just kind of new people. We just kind of listen. If you need anything, if you have questions, that's where we tend to find them. We don't get a lot of new people in Delco. We do because we host at the club in Maryland.
We kind of vet with our group and allowing people into our group. We kind of vet people that have been to an event or that we've interacted with enough, in a different environment. Hey, you guys are a good fit for our group.
So there's plenty of people you said, nah, this isn't for you.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
how do you approach?
Tight on our Facebook group with when people go to join our Facebook group, you have to either have been to our meet and greet, be in the area. So we got somebody recently from out by Erie.
Yeah.
Never met them before, nothing. And I'm like, you're not joining our Delco group because we want it to be a tight knit community. We don't want it to be.
We're not about
you
the
know,
numbers.
Yeah, it's not
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
gaining more followers. It's
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
the people in
We
the
want
community.
connections.
You ever
not-
had to boot someone because, like, they joined the group and someone was like, I know them from previous experience. They're not
We
good.
haven't had any issues with that.
No. And there's, I want to say, especially on the Facebook side of the community, there's a pretty good what happens here stays here.
Oh, yeah.
So you will very quickly get blacklisted if you like screenshot something and send it
hell
to
yeah.
somebody's
I
employer.
have had to
or-
reach out to people that have joined the group that know me from like not the lifestyle to be like, hey, I run this group, right? Like, this is a lifestyle group, correct? And they're like, oh yeah, we're just dabbling. Okay, fine, just dabble, but just
Well, let me ask that question: is just dabbling enough to earn your membership into the group at this point, or do you have to kind of like you have to pass the 3 tests?
No, you can just dabble, but we need to know you're kind of from the area.
We have to know that you're a verified lifestyle. We're not going to deal with somebody coming in and just sit back and lurking.
There's a lot of picture collectors that join these Facebook groups because a lot of
Voyeurs.
us girls post a lot of thirst traps, and the guys will come in and just like save
Yeah.
them and do whatever they're going to do to them. So that's part of the reason that we're really tight on our group. I don't.
I
like
could
that.
sure there's a lot of people who just want to use it just want to see the talk back
For
and
the
forth.
spank
Right.
thing,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or the fantasy of, wishing they were able to get their spouse on board or
Have you ever ran into something like any stories that like where like a wife comes and goes, what are you doing here? Like,
Not in our group. We've seen it in some of the bigger groups we're involved in where the husband's like, I'm joining, my wife's going to join. And then somebody will be like, yep, nope, the wife's never joining. I know the wife. She's not interested, but the guy thinks that.
She's literally a nun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
she's Amish.
Sister Mary Agnes is not fucking joining.
this is the wife and I'm not joining.
Yeah. So we have seen that in bigger groups, but not in Delco because
Yeah.
we, like I said, we tightly.
we kind of
vet
have to know you
just
ahead of time
yeah.
to add you.
So we did link up with a group recently that's a little bit more of a statewide affiliate
Yeah.
and got involved with them. And now we're getting a lot more people from their group that we don't really know well. That I'm still like, well, I know you're from this group, but we're still being cautious on it.
Well, let me ask this question: like, what are the rules? Like, or maybe again, this might be different from couple to couple, but like, is it only people you don't know, or like, if you have a friend, like, dude, no, you can't. No, my wife, no, you can't do that. We're friends. Yeah.
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh, Jessica's got a story for that one.
Oh,
Well, do
So
tell.
Let's hear.
Jessica,
Do tell.
Occasionally, it's been
You
a
don't have to
while.
go into names or
No,
anything.
I'm
Yeah,
not. I went to the club in Philly one night by myself. He and his daughters.
the one with the playroom just out there in the public.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's usually. We're
That's the go-to.
exhibitionists,
Yeah.
so we play out in that main area out in the open. But I won't play with a new. If I've never like played with somebody before,
Every
I
time you
will
say
not-
play, I'm imagining you as a giant kid, just sitting there swatting the ball.
Well, so I was at the club one night by myself, and you can't bring your phone into the pub in Philly, which I
That makes
respect.
sense.
And I
That makes
appreciate.
sense.
I think that makes a
Yeah.
lot
Because
of sense.
there's times, yes, especially with some of the people that I've run into there, I don't need them having their phones on them. And I like it because it can give me that anonymous, even though I need the mental connection. There are times where I'm like, listen, I don't need to know your name. I just want to go be a whole whore. Like, let me go do my thing.
That is literally Holbrook's autobiography.
Yeah.
I just need to be a whole whore.
That was my-
Chris Holbrook.
That was my football nickname, Hole Whore, instead of Holbrook.
So I
Then it
went,
became Glory Holbrook.
I went out to the tacos to the glory hole. That's the only time I've ever used a glory hole. Somebody fed me tacos through it.
I would not
You'd
eat anything that
appreciate
came through a glory
We
hole.
cleaned it. We cleaned it.
I don't give a shit. Well, you can clean.
I don't
with
think the
name
cleaning
off.
even matters.
Yeah,
Like,
at
that's
this point-
amazing.
I mean, it
At
did,
this point, the germs came up.
It didn't touch the hole. It was fine.
Uh,
Listen, it was a fantasy.
story
for
of my
me.
life.
So I went to the club
It's a
and-
fantasy for me, too, because I'm hungry and I would eat the tacos off anything right now, man.
Yeah. By the way, new T-shirt idea.
I'll
Oh,
eat
the
the
tacos off the
tacos
glory
off
hole.
Yeah.
No,
I-
I'm sorry.
We have pictures. Of
I'm
it,
not
too.
above this.
You
It was
definitely.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Cinco de Mayo was fantastic.
Even better.
Yes, my best friend at the
Cinco
time
de
lived as
Mo-
that
oh,
slave.
It was
Glory
themed,
hole.
Al.
It was themed.
Cinco de glory hole.
Yeah. So I went,
Succo de Mayo.
I went to the club in Philly and came out of the bathroom, went to go to the bar to get a drink, and a vanilla friend of Jeff's had walked in.
Hello,
and
vanilla face.
he carries big dick energy all the time, and I was like,
So like he just like swings. Like,
he's
Wait,
very cocky. He's very cocky.
Okay, because
in life.
that was my question. As a woman, what is big dick energy?
Overly confident.
Confidence.
Okay.
Overly confident. But like
In a good
not-
way?
In a good way.
No,
yeah.
not
Okay.
like-
Like, 'cause I know a lot of guys who are cocky and overly confident. They're not packing.
Well, yeah.
They're-
Welcome to the lifestyle.
They
too.
do that. It's almost like a false thing. Like, I'm gonna act like I got it,
Yeah.
but I don't.
Well, that was kind of this.
Okay.
So he saw me and he immediately goes, "What are you doing here?" We've been going to this club for like a year and a half at this point. I'm like,
and
"You
we're
know-"
pretty open
And
about
we're
it.
pretty open about it. Like he's seen snaps of us outside the club. And I was like, "You know why I'm here?" And he immediately goes, "Where's Jeff?" He's at home with the kids. He let you come out by yourself, first of all.
Hello, 1930s.
Yeah.
Usually, it's
Why are you not
like-
barefoot and pregnant in the kitchen?
Yeah.
That's weird. Where's the stove? Oh, I see tacos in the glory hole, but no sandwiches.
I was like, he told me to come by myself because he couldn't. So he was like, all right, come wing girl for me. So after like what I tell you, like the third or fourth girl he tried to talk to just wasn't going anywhere. And because he has such big dick energy, I needed to see if the physical matched
Of
up
course.
with the energy.
Yes.
I kind of want to know.
So I took him back in like the dungeon part where there's some pews and benches and stuff like that. And
See,
I
there
was
is
like,
pews.
oh,
It was a church.
It was
Yeah.
a church.
Yeah.
We
That's why the
we
meetings
do
are on
go to
Sundays.
church, Yeah. So I went back.
The Mueller's
and-
got pads on it. It makes perfect sense.
Exactly. I went back and we did a thing, and I was like, "Oh no!" So it didn't go well. I have a lot of guys who get anxious with me, so it's kind of a struggle. Which is
Why would they get anxious?
Because
with
I
you?
can be an intimidating bitch.
You had
I
me at the
mean-
first.
So you're sitting there just
bitch.
mashing it.
You're just mashing it.
No, but like my whole personality, I come off as being a very strong personality, and so guys get intimidated by that. And I'm like, okay, I get it. So whatever, he was a little performance anxiety, but when we were done, so he told me when we finished, he was like, we didn't do all the things, but he told me when I had wrapped up, he was like, listen, we don't need to tell Jeff. And I just looked at him and I said, that's not how this goes. Jeff
Yeah.
knows everything that I do. Because the minute you start hiding things when you're in the lifestyle, now you're not lifestyle, you're just cheating.
It's
And
no
that's
longer
just-
ethical at that
It's
point.
no longer ethical.
Mhm.
So
I love how you guys have these like. It's like I'm gonna say guidelines. You guys got like a whole like. It's like
It's being a good adult, Al.
No, I'm just like it's like you
I
guys
have
have like
good
you have to
morals.
go to like lifestyle law school to like figure this all
Yeah.
out.
Good orals, good morals, dude.
Yeah, right.
Fucking-
Exactly.
My lord.
So
Have some respect, Al.
I leave the club at 2.
Do you like walk home, Jeff? By the way, dude has no big dick energy. It's all false big dick energy.
Well,
Faux dick energy.
Faux dick energy.
I like that. That's gonna be my new one. So I ended up walking out to my car, getting in my car, texting Jeff. Was like, "Hey, are you up?" He goes, "Yeah." I'm like, "Call me." So Jeff calls me. I started crying because their one rule was like, just don't do a vanilla friend, and that was
He
exactly.
was more.
Okay.
He was more of an associate, not really a friend. So it wasn't.
Well,
that
hold on
big
one
of a
second.
deal.
With the vanilla thing again, does that just mean somebody who dabbles in? Like,
I mean, it's somebody that's not lifestyle.
okay,
like-
all right.
That
They're just there to- they're just there to get
there
laid.
Yeah,
Okay,
they're
I
just
got
there to
you.
get laid. They're not like actually.
So if you think of two
lifestyle.
flavors of ice cream, you got pineapple, you got vanilla. They're
Okay.
on the other side of the aisle.
Gotcha.
Usually it's chocolate
Oh,
vanilla, but pineapple.
That's why there's a pineapple on here.
Okay. Is the
And
pineapple?
the pineapple's upside
The
down.
pineapple
Yeah,
on the
pineapple's
swinger
upside down.
sign
Is-
is
I was gonna
upside
say
down
the swinger-
pineapple,
okay,
yeah,
I did
that's
that.
why we put it in our.
Is there a reason they chose pineapple as a flavor? Is it
I have
because
no
it's just
idea.
bursting with flavor, I guess?
Probably because that.
It mixes with everything. I mean, who doesn't love pineapple? Who doesn't love
Well,
random
see,
oral
like,
sex?
I mean, if
it kind
you-
of goes hand in
Goes
hand.
If you
Hand
chose
in hand.
chocolate, it has like connotations to it. No, like
Oh.
yeah. Strawberry makes it sound like blood. I don't know. So yeah, I guess pineapple's the next top one.
You know, a lot of people don't like strawberry ice cream too. That's another reason I think.
Yeah, strawberry ice cream's great.
Some people
I
either love it or
ice
hate
cream,
it.
yeah.
That's
One
what
of
I
my
learned.
favorite. One of
I
my
do.
favorite.
I'm a Neapolitan guy. Give me a little bit of
Mhm.
everything. Yeah.
So yeah, there's times where like I have dabbled in the vanilla. You have a few guy friends. Well, we're not as close. So anybody that wasn't lifestyle prior to Jeff and I getting into this has basically cut themselves off from Jeff and I. There's like jealousy issues. We don't understand why you guys could do this.
Well, it's probably because they can't do it. Like
Right,
it's just one of
and
those things.
that's
If you
when
can't
you-
fathom it, you can't
Right.
understand it.
And
Haters.
It took me
Haters
a really
gonna
long
hate.
time to understand that. He accepted it a lot earlier on than I did, but I struggled with that for.
I mean, I'll be honest. Like if you got like just my best friend and he's like telling me about it, and like if I didn't understand, I'm not gonna sit there and like I'm never gonna talk to you again, Jeff. But I'll be like, I'm not gonna understand it 100%.
Right.
But I'm not gonna defriend a
Yeah.
person because I don't like their one lifestyle choice. That's kind of
Yeah, well,
kinda
that's
messed
kind
up.
of where we were at. So we've lost a lot of our regular friends.
makes
but
Christmas cards a whole lot.
Oh,
easier.
it does.
100%.
I don't even
Yeah.
send them out anymore. It's fine.
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
Can
Yeah,
I
it's-
fake join just to get people the fuck out of my life?
Yes, yes, you can.
Like, I'm as vanilla as they come, but I need to get these people off my fucking wish list.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, Hollywood Vanilla Face Holbrook. There
Yeah.
it is.
It's a rap name.
Please wear that shirt when you rap. That
Go.
shirt it's everything that shirt says rap about.
Well, right now, this
Yeah,
shirt?
you're
Oh, yeah.
you're very
My fucking Al
actually,
Borland
is it
shirt.
like their colors kind of match your flannel right now?
Similar, yeah.
Kind of,
I'm
yeah.
not mad about
Very,
it.
very. I dressed appropriately, yeah.
Like you knew this was.
I
this
forgot
pretty
it
much-
was Tuesday. I forgot we were doing
so
episodes
so
tonight.
you like you said you were kind of first to the lifestyle. You knew it, but you were okay with it.
It was
obviously.
also her version of the lifestyle outside of being poly and before the BDSM scene that she was in was a little bit different than the swing lifestyle. They
Yeah,
do
that's a
kind
lot
of meet in
different.
the middle for a lot of people, but she was more on the BDSM.
You can say it. I
Yeah,
was
she
a sub.
she was in
I
a
had
dom
for
sub
2.5
relationship.
years.
which is funny because you sound not very sub now, but you are.
Yeah,
she's
you're worried about in this scene being the dominant one, but you
But
you
in
want to
that
be the other
moment,
one.
you're the sub.
Yeah,
All
so
right, all right.
I always tell
To
everybody.
escape from reality, I guess.
Yeah, and that's
Yeah.
exactly what it is because I'm so in control of everything in my day to day life, from work to kid to
Yeah, I just heard Jeff go. Yep.
Yeah, I'm so in control of everything that's that point in time. I'm also very much a masochist, so we do a lot of like impact play. We've done fire play.
Fire play.
You have not done fire play on me, but I've had fire play done. I've done wax play.
I was gonna
and
say, is it like wax? But no, you're talking straight up
no, it's like fire
flames.
massage. Yeah, like they have a wand and they light it on fire and rub it on your back. It's amazing. It's amazing.
That just
Even
sounds
just
good.
from a massage.
It just sounds good
standpoint.
for lower back pain in
Yeah.
general.
Yeah, that's. Yeah, I never understood the pain. I mean, I understand
Fire play.
how it
Just,
works. Like it works for people. Like there's like people like feet. People who like
Yeah.
you know,
Right.
different.
is there a lot
things.
of feet people in the in this?
There's a couple. We have one friend that every time I post a picture, he texts me and goes,
Send me
"Girl,
the
I can
feet.
see your feet." I'm like,
Send
"Stop
me your
it,
feet.
stop it."
That to me is actually weirder than
Yeah.
wanting candle stuff up your ass. Like to me,
yeah.
like that.
It's not what they do with the candles, Al.
No, but I'm just saying, like, if that's your kink, I understand that more than I understand the actual person who can look at. Like,
Yeah.
I found out in my life, a lot of people that I knew who are very big foot fetish people,
Yeah.
very unassuming people or anything. Nobody makes it very public. I went to a bachelor party many years ago, and we were at a strip club in Atlantic City, and I'm going to grab a beer, and I'm walking back, and the bachelor himself was sitting there, and he was literally rubbing this girl's the stripper's foot for like her foot had to be numb for how long he was rubbing it. And I said, "What is he doing?" He goes, "Oh, you don't know?" We called him E. He's like, he has a foot fetish,
Mm-mm.
and I'm like, "Really? I did not know that." And
If you're a girl,
he was more content to rub her feet for hours.
if you're a girl, let me tell you, giving a foot job is a whole fucking thigh workout.
Yes, it is.
What?
Also,
So-
No, I have received one. I was
Yeah.
very public about it, and I told people,
I was
I'm like,
gonna
yo,
say,
Oh,
she
it's
gave
a
one earlier,
thigh workout.
and it was like P90X.
Yeah.
It was so hard that he pulled a hammy somehow.
It's not.
Oh, you have to
fun.
position yourself too, but I mean, yeah.
I can
not
imagine
fun.
that's like one of those things like you see in porn. It doesn't work as well
No.
in real
No.
life.
Nah, it was
yeah.
cool to get off the bucket list, but yeah, we
Has to
interviewed.
be a
I don't
thing
know.
as well.
Again, like maybe just because I'm not a foot fetish guy, I can be like, just use your hand.
Yeah.
Just use your hand. It's the foot isn't made for it in my
Yeah.
eyes. It's
Yeah.
Like
and if you get athlete's foot, like I don't need the jock itch now because of it. No, thanks.
like 2 years ago, we interviewed an entire slew of Blue Turks strippers,
Yeah.
dancers. Like a whole bunch of them came in. We did an interview.
employees we call them.
Yeah, and we were talking to them about stuff, and they said that foot fetish individuals tip like 10 times more than
Oh,
everyone
yeah.
else. He's like, they don't want to do anything sexual. They just want to stare at your feet, play your feet, and they tip you well. And they're the best repeat
The
customers.
one girl says
Yeah.
the guy always puts like a 20 in between her toes and makes her do it that way.
Yeah.
He won't reach across and give it to her. It's got to be
So that's what
between
I
the
need to.
toes.
I'm restarting my OnlyFans. That's what I need to do a little bit more of on my OnlyFans,
So is Holbrook.
just for the hell of it.
It's just him eating tacos through glory hole.
Mine is called Only Fats.
Yeah, Only Fats.
And it's just me eating grease.
High calorie.
What is the weirdest kink that people don't talk like? What is the weirdest kink thing that you've ever been asked?
Oh my God,
Each of you.
The one, oh, here's mine. It's from a friend of mine, though. She didn't know the guy, but she is an OnlyFans, and the guy messaged her. So, like, there's no tie to this guy whatsoever. He used to jerk off on his workbench to her videos and then lick up his own cum. Yep, that part. That's about the face that I made. Yeah, I let. Mm-hmm.
It's happened now.
So hold on.
This is the best episode ever.
He pays her to send.
He sends
the videos to her, and she charges him for it.
He wants her to watch them. She's like, I don't watch them, but he pays me.
So he just pays to email a video.
Yeah.
Right.
And she don't even have to look at it.
I believe it's called tributing.
Yeah. Oh,
it's a tribute thing.
Yes,
yeah, dude.
Yes, I've heard that. So, all right.
So that's the
So he
reason
doesn't. I thought at first you're saying he would jerk off to her or whatever she was doing and then lick it up. But no, he would just do it. And it always had to be on the workbench?
Yeah.
Like it couldn't be anywhere else?
No. It was in
Was this workbench just a jerk off bench? He called the
probably,
workbench?
He's a work in progress, Al.
Oh,
he wasn't local. He
Jeff,
was like
what about you?
West.
What was your? I mean, of course, that might be the same, but
yeah, that one's probably got to be the weirdest. What was the question? What like, don't I understand the most?
What's the weird? No, what's the weirdest thing that
he never watched Scarface? You never taste your own product.
Yeah. And I'm done. No, what was the weirdest thing that maybe somebody ever approached you about, or something like? They're like, wait a minute, that's a kink
Oh my
thing.
God.
I didn't even think
this
that was a
isn't
kink.
kink, but you're.
Oh.
Well, that's political.
Are you talking about the snuggle session?
The snuggle session, I totally set you up for that.
Tell me. I'm a bit of a snuggler. I want to hear about this.
So, had met this woman before, once before, at the club in Philly. We're down at the club in Maryland this time, and she approaches Jessica. Hey, can you tell your husband I don't speak English? And Jessica's like, we met you. Like, he knows.
You're pronouncing English pretty
Can
well.
I be not politically correct?
Say it again?
Do I have to be politically correct?
It's a point. What do you
Okay.
If it's racial,
it wasn't anything.
Yeah, it wasn't anything like that. But she said she was from.
She wanted him to burn a cross in her front yard. It was a little weird.
She said she was from Europe, and she was like, "Just tell him I'm a refugee from Europe, and I can't speak any English."
That's fine.
Like,
it's on.
That's
Holbrook,
fine.
do you remember? So back in the day when we used to do, we used to play Craigslist or Al's List. It was like a game we used to play where I would go on Craigslist, find some of the crazy meetup things, and then I would create my own. And we had a guess. Did I make this up, or was this something actually?
That was where we met this girl.
Yeah,
you need to hear the rest of the snuggle.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, I know. Al,
I'm sorry.
No,
So-
this is a good one.
Snuggling the fake refugee.
She Jessica's like, well, we've met you before, and she's like, well, whatever. So she was like, can I snuggle with your husband for 5 minutes?
So me,
And I am not a
absolutely,
snuggler.
Sure, take Jeff.
Did she want to be the big spoon too?
No, she wanted to be the little spoon.
Okay.
So we go back into her room because I'm too nice to say no. Jessica's at the end of the hallway laughing at me as I'm walking through, giving her the middle
With
finger.
one of our friends.
So we go
We
back
were
into her
dying.
room. We snuggle for about 5 minutes. She obviously starts showing sexual interest. She wanted more than snuggling, and I was
Doesn't,
like, "Oh,
Jeff? You're a man."
look at that! It's been 5 minutes. I got to go."
What was?
She was arching.
If she was just being
Kinda like a
snuggled, why did
cat?
she?
Kind of like a cat. She's like putting her.
I wasn't in the room.
What
so
do they
I'm
call that
guessing.
when
She
a cat
was
puts her
kind of
butt
She was kind of rubbing against me, kind of moaning, and I
But
was
why
like,
did she have to be a refugee that doesn't speak
That's
English in
what
this
I said.
situation?
it's just so out of left field that
She's that part.
It's like the
She was
fucking.
like, it
I
would
love
make
it.
it more fun when we snuggled, and I'm like,
it's like Kenny Powers.
not.
Like, can I do you from behind? Can if I pay extra, can I wear the scream mask?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, what's the purpose of the
Well,
scream mask in this
Like I was
situation?
telling you when we did Alice for Craigslist, there was one that was actually Craigslist where the guy wanted you to watch him jerk off onto his train set.
Yeah.
His train.
His
set?
train set, like he had a train set that would go around, and he would just
That
try
was
to shoot
probably
the
my
train as it's
ex-husband.
moving.
Chugga chugga spooch spooch.
Yeah, like that's funny though. Like I understand, like the cuddling thing's like a big thing, by the way. Like
yeah, no,
they have,
it's a
like,
big
they-
thing for
they-
people.
and, like not for even a sexual thing. Like
Yeah.
they have like snuggling therapist or whatever they're called.
Mhm.
I don't know the exact term for it, but like people who help them, like kind of like a weighted blanket, but a human weighted blanket.
Yep.
I mean, everybody needs to feel loved, but I
Yeah.
guess this was more of a way of her trying to get.
I think
Oh,
so.
yeah.
Yeah.
In the meantime, I had gone to a room with a friend of ours, and Jeff's like, I had to go find my wife, and he was like, oh, you're busy. I'm like, it's okay. It's
Were you also snuggling a fake refugee?
Yeah, I was not. I was in a room listening to a girl. This is one of my favorite nights at the club. So we go to the Private Affair down in Maryland, which is an amazing club. We host down there like we're a host couple, so we do tours and stuff, but we love it down there. But the ceilings don't go.
The walls.
The walls don't go all the way up to the ceiling, so you can hear everything going on around you, which sometimes is okay. Other times I'm like, I need to start bringing earphone, like something to shove in my ear because it's obnoxious. So my friend and I were in a room. We were just kind of hanging out, making out. And this girl was going,
that's what me and Holbrook do before shows.
Timothy. And all of a sudden I hear the guy go, yeah, that's great, but my name's not Timothy. And I went, oh no, this isn't going to end well. So you get.
I feel like a guy would not care about that.
Oh,
call me Steve. I'm good to go.
So wait, back to the European fake refugee. Did they like speak in another language when you were speaking?
No.
So there was no purpose to this at all.
No, there was absolutely no purpose.
No.
They weren't playing a role. They weren't committing to something.
No, she just wanted
To be a European refugee, okay.
She just wanted to role play in that perspective, and it was very awkward. And I totally was like, "Girl, you do what you're gonna do. Jeff, have fun," because I just laughed the whole time. I just giggled through the whole thing.
Yeah, that's an interesting one.
Yeah, it was good. We liked it.
So how can individuals join Delco Degenerates?
So we're on Facebook, Delco Degenerates on the Facebook page. We're searchable.
Yeah,
It's not it's a private group. Once
it's
you're
a
in
private
it.
group, so once you're in it, nobody can see what you're posting or that you're a member of the group.
Right, but you can find the group.
You can also reach us at delcodegenerates@gmail.com.
Oh, there's a website. How fancy.
No,
That's
our-
an email.
That's an email.
That's what I
address.
meant. How fancy.
Yeah.
Website's in progress.
We also are on TikTok.
So-
Delco
sorry, I'm a
Degenerates
European
on
refugee. I don't
TikTok.
speak English.
Delco Degenerates on TikTok, because we are getting our TikTok up and running.
What would one post on TikTok?
It's all
for
fun
this?
stuff about like different events that we're at.
Oh, okay.
So,
Like
we're
just
coming
bringing
up
people up
on-
to speed. It's not like
Yeah.
kinks.
So
Yeah.
no, not at all. They won't put that on
Oh, yeah, that's right.
TikTok or
Yeah,
OF
it's
or...
basically our event flyers, our thirst traps, like our weekend wrap up.
I love
pictures.
the term thirst trap, by the way. I
Yeah.
just throw that out there.
Is there, besides vanilla, and I mean, thirst trap's a universal one, but besides like vanilla and all that, is there other language?
There's a whole dictionary.
There's
I told you, you gotta go to law school for this. Like you gotta know the rules, you gotta know the
Yeah.
language.
What's one of the most creative and like best pieces of lingo that exists in there?
The one that drives me nuts the most, and I'm not even going with creative, I'm going with the one that drives me absolutely batshit crazy, is apparently girls have decided to be bi-selective.
Okay.
So they're only
Please select.
selective about what women they'll play with if they're bisexual, but when it comes to men, they'll do anything.
Okay.
That's not how
Like,
they explain it, but they
That's
explain
not the way
it
they
that
explain it, but it's a horrible.
there's
that makes
there's
no
women
sense.
out there that assume in the lifestyle environment that as soon as you say that you're bisexual, it's going to be that you will play with any woman.
right.
And that's obviously not the case on either side, whether a male or a
Yeah,
female is
so they have to
bisexual.
claim-
Everybody should be selected by nature.
I was gonna say by default, aren't we all selected?
Yeah.
Like everybody's got a pipe and a person
So
they
the
like.
other really good one, and you'll appreciate this, is in my intros, I'm a big, if I don't get there's a 50-50 chance if you come up to me for sex, we're going to end up in bed eating Cheez-Its and not actually have sex. So my
I think
new
Holbrook
intro-
actually got erect when you said that.
my
like
new
he-
intro is,
That you had him
I'm-
at Cheez-Its.
I'm snackable.
Snack.
I'm not sexual, but I'm
Snacktual.
snacktual. Yeah, that's been my good one.
High calorie.
As a high calorie individual myself, I
Yeah.
can appreciate that. Snacktual.
Snacktual.
Oh, that's great.
Fucking
Because if
right.
you find me and I don't have after sex club snacks or after like event snacks,
I imagine you work up quite an appetite. Except for the
Yeah.
guy with the workbench. He's full. He's
Or-
full.
no.
He's had his protein intake for the day.
Yeah.
Or if the
no.
taco hole, it's
Yeah, I'm still shocked by that. I mean, I don't know why I am because nothing
You've
really.
known me for a few
No,
years.
no, the
I don't
guy,
know.
not
I
you.
thought you meant the tacos. I was
Well,
like,
no, that's still kind of gross. I'm going to be honest with you.
Can we put one at Delco Day? It's a glory hole for
Let's just
tacos.
get a piece of drywall, put a hole in it, and just have somebody handing
Delco
tacos.
Degenerates will sponsor it.
There you go. We'll
If
put it
you
on
want
there.
us to paint our logo on it, we will set it up
I've
for
been
you.
saying, let's get creative with the things that people can sponsor. Like, I want someone to
Yeah.
sponsor the bathrooms. I want someone to sponsor like the table.
Yeah,
I want someone to sponsor the fucking taco glory hole.
Let's do it. You guys want it? It is yours.
We're here for it.
Just imagine how easy it would be for people to discuss and be like, "Hey, I was at Delco Day. Which one? The one with the taco glory hole. 9. Yeah, that was a great one, right?
I think we're onto something. We should set something up. I would like to meet the other group members and all that, and have bring them out to Delco Day. I think they're great.
So can I go through a couple of a couple of other groups that we affiliate with.
Yeah.
No.
And
Did you
things that we
unionize
have
them all, right?
coming up? So we have the Private Affair down in Maryland is one that we frequent. Bar 13 down in
Was it private what?
the Private Affair.
Private affair.
Bar 13, I played
Bar
many a shows there.
13 down. I've been going to Asylum on Thursday nights, which is a really fun, more BDSM kink.
I was going to say,
scene.
is that BDSM? Once you heard of silent,
Yeah.
I
They
kinda
also
figured
do dwarf wrestling sometimes.
They did. They did
Yeah.
it last week, and they oversold it, so I couldn't go. I
Oh.
wanted to be able. It was at like 6:30. I wanted to go. Bar 13 is one that we've been hanging out at. Pleasure Garden in Philly, I recommend. Club Giggity, if you're
Club Giggity.
Love it.
Some of the
So
big jokes.
Giggity does hotel takeovers, and
What is a hotel takeover?
It's
They
where
literally
they
shut
rent
down
out-
an entire hotel for just swingers.
Yeah, I feel like you don't want to advertise for that because, like, I don't want to be the next week coming in.
No,
You know,
No, it's all like
it's-
private hotels.
Yeah.
I would. I'm just not going to use the workbench.
We
Well, it's
actually,
like, actually, it's the cleanest area.
we
Yeah.
actually have done the last one that we did. We were just in hedonism in January. My two dogs.
Is that
got
what it's
to
called? Heto?
Hedo.
Is everybody in
Hedonism,
the okay.
Ketosis.
Yeah, I'm in hetosis
Yeah.
right now.
So we were down in Jamaica for that. My two dogs got in a fight. So as I'm flying home, my one dog was really banged up. Like I was coming home not knowing if I was going to have to.
I don't even know if you're
down.
being sexual at this point
No,
now.
I know. Well, it's
Yeah.
getting.
Yeah,
It's going
Got
to
a Michael Vick
story
king.
of-
My one puppy's in a good fight with the other puppy.
Yeah.
you
So
know?
wait, so I am coming back through the airport. We knew we had the hotel takeover that we were going to with Club Giggity a couple weeks later.
Still love that.
Where is Club Giggity?
He's not. He does his takeovers up in the Poconos, but he
Oh, it's a
DJs
person.
at a couple of clubs. Yeah, DJ
DJ Giggity.
John and Erica, we love them. He DJs out at York at the Corral. He DJs up in New York. We're actually going to a lifestyle club up in Brooklyn this weekend, which I'm super excited to check out. It's a little bit different vibe than Delco.
So 100% you have to have another person.
No,
No.
you can go as a single.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to.
I feel like that's a whole different.
You'd be a free agent.
I'm
okay.
going to a club in Canada, and because he's got kid stuff going on up in May, I'm going to a club up in Toronto. We know people that really.
Yeah, but I know he's not coming with you, but like.
even as a single. So there's single men in the lifestyle. There's a place for everybody. Single men, single women.
What do you
Yeah.
call it? What is their names? The single ones. Like, what do you have their nicknames?
Well, single females or solo playing females are unicorns.
If they're bisexual,
If they're
the unicorn is
it's supposed to
be able to
bi,
play
but
with
they
both
call them all
sides.
unicorns,
Right.
and then the guys don't really have like a term.
They're just guys.
They're just
Typical
guys.
well,
guys.
single males, unless it's a bisexual, then it's called a dragon. If it's a bisexual male, because a dragon will play with both parties of a couple.
Couple bars that me and Holbrook have hit. They call us bears.
Well, that too.
They call us.
I worked my
bears.
way down from chub to bear. It was great.
Yeah, is that a thing, Chubb?
Yeah, it's when you're like super fat, like
Ah.
even
From,
worse
like,
than
a
I
gay
am.
thing?
Yeah,
Oh, I've
Yeah.
never heard that.
yeah. There's a level above chub. It's like the 4X shirts, and like I got down to the 3X.
He's
Chub
like,
again. Yeah, Yeah.
I'm squeezing in the shirt so I can go back to bear.
Chubs are the ones that like ride the fat ones on the bikes. You seen those pictures and shit, right?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are you looking at, Holbrook? We just found this.
I
kid.
told you, man. Temple degree, man. You see some shit, dude.
We
Just
have
go
a
down
friend. We're
Temple, you'll
trying
see
to
some
figure out
shit.
what her. There's a meme going around on Facebook about porn. We've still got a couple friends that we're trying to figure out what their porn like
Search history.
History.
search
yeah.
histories are. Yeah,
I feel like that should be like part of like the entrance. You have to hand over your Pornhub last 3 months search
I
history.
do not want to see what any of our members are looking at for porn.
Really,
No,
that's
thank
what it's,
you.
you just you ate a taco through a glory hole, but you don't want to see somebody's
That's where I
search
draw the
history.
limit. Nope, I'm good. Nope.
Ah, come on. I
Um,
feel like you have it's a little twisted there.
That's fine. I'm
All
okay
right,
with that.
all right.
What do we have for events coming up so that we can get them? April 5th, we're doing our meet and greet at Coaches with an after party at Pleasure Garden.
Is that a Friday?
Yes,
Yes,
we
that
do
is a
not
Friday
need a
night.
membership. We'll be at Coaches at 5:30. April 28th is our next meet and greet.
I'm playing coaches that night.
At 2
Coaches-
p.m.
Yeah, I am at 7:30.
7:30.
7:30.
We're gonna leave by like 8:30.
I'll get there early
I'll
then.
be there to support you. It's
I'll get
fine.
there early.
He'll be the guy in full bondage.
April 28th.
Electric Gimpy.
Our meet and greet at Coaches. The first weekend in May, I am going to the X Club up in Toronto for our friends DJ Cheetah and Angel. It's Angel's birthday.
Is the
So,
X Club
like,
formerly Twitter Club?
No,
No.
but it should be.
Oh.
That would be fun. June 2nd down at Bar 13. If you come and find us on Facebook, that is my Toptional Wild Child birthday party.
Wait.
That's the day after Delco Day.
Toptional?
Optional, yes.
Optional.
What's toptional?
You don't have to have a top on in the
Boobs
bar
out.
because we're showing.
I have
okay.
absolutely been
How
shirtless
did I
when
not
I've been
put that
before.
together? I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's the Wild Child birthday party. So
What's up? Do they have boptionals or bottomtionals?
well, so the owner of Bar 13.
I know in
told
Florida,
me-
like there's like
Pants
there's
optional.
ones where you there's like strip clubs where you can only there's no pants, but you have to wear a top. There's like a reverse rule.
we heard that in Miami.
Parts of Florida, I don't know.
Yeah. Delco Day is June 1st.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to switch up some things if we're gonna do the Taco Glory Hole. All right.
If you do this, that's all you need to do. You
Trust
don't
me,
need to
I'll get
just
the
get that.
door and the drill.
I'll buy
I'll
the
make the
tacos.
physical glory
I'll
hole.
buy the tacos. You just got to man the hole.
I went to Bonner. You learn it sophomore year in welding class.
Yeah.
Like,
So June 2nd, we're
What, the glory hole part or Bonner or is it?
yeah, the self-sufficient glory hole, man.
we have a guy that builds them. We got
Glory
it.
hole.
If the power grid filled, I can make you a glory hole
No,
still.
I just want to see this guy's business card. Basements.
The guy that built it actually built it for multiple level heights. Because one guy we have is 5'4", and then you at 6'6", and you guys were all like in different holes of the glory hole.
What an engineering marvel.
He is a really
Genius.
good engineer.
Genius.
That's how we built the pyramids.
I'm telling you now, please, if we can do this, we will tell everybody about you and whatever it is we have to do. We love it. I want a taco glory hole at Delco Day. You heard it here
It's
first.
happening because I'm
It's
fucking
happening.
making it
I will
tomorrow.
call Taco Bell and order
Yes.
1,000 tacos and have them ship them over. Like, I'll do it.
Taco Bell will be like, we haven't had this much business in forever, so
Yeah.
it's fine.
Somebody's going to have to build get the second toilet next door if we start hanging out that many Taco Bell.
So June 2nd, June 15th, we're out at the Corral. Delco does the Corral.
Yeah, we're
which is
hosting
out
an
in
event
York,
out
so
at
we're
the
hosting
Corral.
Where's the corral?
The
Said
Corral's
York.
in York.
Spring Grove.
Spring Grove, right outside of York.
So yeah, I mean, as a fat guy, I probably wander into the Golden Corral. Both things are very
Yeah.
sexual to me.
May 15th through 17th, we are doing the the Club Giggity Candyland takeover. Delco has we booked out an entire hotel floor just of Delco people. We probably
That
could do 2
alone's
floors.
probably uneasy.
It's 37
Just Delco
rooms.
people.
37 rooms.
that we booked
Yeah,
just
that we
based off
sold.
of our
Holbrook, let's
Delco
make 38.
Degenerates.
I'll cuddle with you. You could be a foreign lady, a refugee. We'll
Refugee
cuddle.
from
I don't know, man. I'm gonna need a workbench to make my taco glory hole.
On that note, anything else we didn't mention?
That is
This has
it.
been great.
This is great.
Thank you,
And,
guys.
and listen, guys, I want to remind you that that taco glory hole is brought to you by Fat Cow Jerky. Utterly perfect jerky. Go to fatcowjerky.com, Facebook, Instagram. Jalapeno garlic, teriyaki, pickles, so many flavors. And even like I said, your 4-legged friends can get treats at Fat Cow Jerky. That's right. Go to fatcowjerky.com. You don't get in a sticky situation. I'm sorry. It's too easy. A workers' comp, motor vehicle,
Your
personal.
taco glory hole doesn't meet 88 standards. You need to get to have it pass inspection.
That's
Call
right.
David Archeri Esquire.
Yeah, 610-565-0300. Go to cherryinjurylaw.com, workers' comp, motor vehicle, personal injury, criminal law, cherryinjurylaw.com. Call David Cherry right now. And the king of glory holes, PJ Dolan. That's right. And he makes good tacos, too. Maybe we can work
He
something out
makes
with him.
great tacos, and the door already has a hole in it.
I'm telling you, it's perfect. Go to 24 East Sellers Avenue, Ridley Park. Peek your eye in that hole and tell PJ Dolan that Delco Live sent you. Go to dolansbar.com. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, you name it, they got it. Great food, Quizzo, even memorabilia. Check it out.
Memorabilia.
Because you have
Wow.
memory glands. They're boobies you'll never forget. But don't forget, tell them Delco Live sent you. But guys, Jessica, thank you for
That was
hanging out-
awesome.
hanging out with us and
Thank you for having us.
and inculcating us, by the way. Very much so.
Yes.
I don't know.
So that's not
He
dirty,
did-
guys. That means teaching for all
he
you
did
dirty
more than
birds
we
right there.
did.
I have to translate like progressive things to Al.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah, I'm like stuck in the 1950s according to you.
Yeah.
I was about to get a stick and just start whacking you when I get back in the kitchen because that's how back in the day I am.
That part.
But no, thank you guys for joining us.
Thank you.
And we're out of here.
Hell.